Hi everyone, my name is David Lazarus. I am an M4 here at Emory School of Medicine, and I am presenting today in a project entitled Qualitative Evaluation Informs Understanding of Motor Cognition and Therapies in Older Adults with Mild Cognitive Impairment. Before we go any further, I just want to thank Dr. Hackney, Dr. Perkins, and soon to be Dr. Bay for their invaluable help in this project. And so what this project entails is looking at the data from two focus groups, which totaled 15 people, 12 of them being Black and 13 being women. If you look over to the right here, you see the questions that we asked for both groups and then some sample probes. And so generally we went through and discussed motor cognitive integration and participants' understanding. And then we talked about falls, and then we talked about exercise, both benefits and hindrances, and participants' relationship with exercise. Before finally, we talked about, at that point, an upcoming project, but now a currently ongoing project, which was focused on studying the use of rhythmic partnered dancing, including tango dancing, and seeing if that had any effect on mild cognitive impairment. We had this basis, but we really tried to let the participants talk and tell their stories and give their opinions. And so what we found is the results here in the middle in figure 1. And just to go through the figure a little bit, the black bars are the total number of mentions by any participants, and the gray bar is the number of participants speaking to each theme or sub-theme. And so some participants mentioned a theme or sub-theme more than once, which is why the black is always greater than or equal to the gray. And so what we found is that some of the benefits of exercise, pretty much everyone talked about the exercise as a medicine in some sort. People talked about memory and improving memory. People talked about it improving falling or making people less nervous about falling. There was a large talk about the social benefit of medicine, of exercise, people getting out into their communities, people meeting their neighbors, even exercising with their neighbors. People talked about exercise improving physical symptoms, especially pain. People felt better after, had to take less medicine. And then lastly, people talked about exercise improving mental well-being, less depression, less anxiety, and just an overall better mood. But there were some hindrances mentioned as well, the main one being pain. And so many people, or a few people I should say, weren't able to start exercising or continue exercising just due to the pain of their conditions. And one thing that we actually tried to implement into the project that we're currently running is this idea that even if people have limited or no mobility or are having a lot of pain, that they do something in terms of exercise, in terms of dancing. And so if you can't move your legs, move your arms. If you can't move your arms, bob your head, but do something to get some exercise in. And then as well, there was hindrance of people having increased responsibility. And this is, a large time people had to become caregivers for either their spouse or their parents. And having this group be mainly women, this is something that falls onto women in our society, the burden of caregiving, much more than men. And so we saw that being talked about in both of these focus groups. But there was something very beautiful, in my opinion, that came out in the shared resiliency, and that some other participants offered to take over the caregiver role so people could exercise, i.e. watch their husband or watch their parent. And I thought that was something very beautiful to come out, and exercise bringing out the shared resiliency and community building. So overall, I think we can use this to both inform our understanding of exercise in an underrepresented group, especially in research, but also to change the way we discuss exercise, or at least use people's opinions of exercise to change motivations for why people are exercising. And instead of talking about maybe numbers like BMI, maybe we should talk about more things like improving memory, or having to take less pain medicine. And I think that's something we can bring forth with us into clinical practice. And then as well, we can try to use these to bring people into research. So I want to thank you for taking the time with me today. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day.